Before it becomes a luxury leather jacket, the story of American alligator leather begins here, in the warm wetlands of a Louisiana farm. These ancient reptiles are carefully raised in controlled farm environments that mimic their natural marshy habitat. Warm water, gentle slopes, and plenty of space allow the alligators to move, swim, and bask much as they would in the wild. The unique pattern of each animal's hide is what will one day make every alligator leather jacket completely one of a kind. But before that leather reaches a fashion showroom, it must travel a long, tightly controlled journey from farm to factory. Today, we'll follow that journey step by step, from Louisiana farms all the way to a modern leather jacket factory. We'll see how each hide is prepared, tanned, and crafted into a high-end garment that can last for decades. Along the way, we'll visit the farm, board a cargo airplane, and step inside the tannery and sewing lines. You'll see how raw alligator hides become soft, colored leather, and how that leather is shaped into a fully finished jacket. Throughout the process, traceability and quality control keep track of where every leather panel comes from. But to understand the jacket, we start where the alligators live most of their lives, on the farm. This is the world of the American alligator, carefully managed for both animal welfare and regulated leather production. On modern Louisiana farms, alligators are raised in large ponds and basins designed around their need for warm, shallow water. Water temperature is carefully managed because alligators rely on warmth to digest food and stay active. They spend hours basking in the sun or under heat lamps, using their open mouths to help control body heat. On the farm, feed is portioned and scheduled so each animal gets enough energy to grow at a steady rate. Their strong limbs and thick tails are built for power, and the skin that covers them is among the toughest in the animal kingdom. Different age groups are often kept in separate areas so farmers can monitor growth and health more precisely. For high-end jackets, the smoother belly sections of the hide are especially prized for their pattern and flexibility. Farm staff walk the enclosures daily, looking for signs of stress or illness to maintain animal welfare standards. The animals may look fearsome, but in a calm, predictable environment, they spend much of their time resting. These farms are part of a larger managed ecosystem, operating under strict state and federal regulations. Only licensed operations are allowed to raise American alligators for products such as leather. Once the alligators reach the right size, another team arrives to start the next stage of their journey. Factory procurement staff travel from the leather processing company to the farm to inspect and select animals. From the walkways, they carefully identify which alligators are ready for collection. They look for consistent scale patterns and clear, unscarred skin on the key belly areas. Every selected animal is entered into a digital system, creating traceability from farm to final leather. Next, special transport crates are brought in, designed to keep the alligators secure during travel. With training and caution, the team guides each alligator into the crate without harming or stressing the animal. Once inside, the gate is secured and an identification tag is attached to link this crate to farm records. Row by row, crates are filled until the group of alligators destined for the factory is ready for transport. The crated alligators are loaded onto trucks and driven to a nearby cargo airport. Here, their journey continues in the cargo hold of a dedicated transport airplane. Each crate is handled by forklift, carefully balanced on pallets to keep the animals stable. On the tarmac, crews guide the alligator crates toward the open cargo bay. Mechanical loaders gently move the pallets into the aircraft, avoiding sudden jolts. Inside, the crates are strapped down so they remain fixed in place during takeoff, flight, and landing. Temperature and airflow in the cargo space are adjusted to keep conditions safe for the animals. Once loaded and secured, the airplane carries the alligators from the farm region toward the leather processing center. From the sky, the distance between farm and factory shrinks to just a few hours of flight time. Throughout the flight, monitoring systems track temperature and structural stability of the cargo. The plane approaches an airport close to a specialized tannery and jacket manufacturing facility. With landing complete, the last leg of the journey to the factory is about to begin.
Roll it steady, watch the edge. To the truck on the right. Second pallet coming down. Secure it on the bed.
From the airport, a short drive brings them to the entrance of the leather processing facility. Here, the same crates are unloaded, still sealed and identified, ready for intake procedures. Before any further steps, the animals are brought through a dedicated washing zone. In this controlled space, staff can clean the alligators and their crates in a hygienic, organized way. First, workers wash down the outside of each crate to remove dirt from transport. Then, low-pressure water is sprayed to help clean the animal itself, maintaining hygiene before processing. All wash water is collected and treated according to environmental and industrial standards. Next, the crated alligators are weighed on industrial scales to log total weight and plan the processing flow. From here, specialized teams and facilities take over in a secure, non-public section of the plant. According to strict industry and welfare standards, the alligators are handled, and their hides are prepared for tanning. In the tanning department, we now see the cleaned American alligator hides ready for processing. Each hide still clearly carries the pattern we saw on the live animals at the farm. First, hides are heavily salted to remove excess moisture and help preserve the skin. The salt draws out water, stabilizing the hide so it can be shipped or stored before full tanning. Next, salted hides are loaded into large tanning drums where they will soak and soften. In these drums, controlled mixtures of water and chemicals clean and open up the hide's fibers. Operators monitor each batch, adjusting rotation, temperature, and solutions according to exact recipes. After soaking, the hides are laid out for mechanical cleaning and thickness control. Specialized machines remove any remaining tissue and even out the thickness from head to tail.
Technicians check thickness because jacket leather must be strong yet flexible enough to wear comfortably.
Then the hides go back into drums with tanning agents that transform raw skin into stable leather. Inside, chemical reactions bind tanning agents to the fibers, giving the leather strength and durability. When they emerge, the hides are now officially leather, though still wet and pale in color. Vacuum dryers remove moisture quickly and evenly, helping the leather stay flat and smooth. Dry, the leather is checked for softness and flexibility, key qualities for a comfortable jacket. Next comes coloring and finishing, where the leather gets its final shade and surface feel. Automatic sprayers apply carefully measured layers of dye to bring out the pattern of the scales. As the dye penetrates, each hide's natural markings become more pronounced and luxurious. Finishing rollers polish the surface, creating the glossy look often associated with alligator jackets. For top-tier pieces, some finishing is still done by hand to perfect the surface. Once finished, the leather moves to the cutting department, where jacket patterns are carefully laid out. Cutters plan the layout to avoid any flaws and to align the scales in a pleasing, symmetrical way. Computer systems help map each hide so the valuable alligator leather is used as efficiently as possible. Automated cutters follow the digital plan, slicing precise jacket panels from the leather. These pieces are now ready to become the body, sleeves, and pockets of an alligator leather jacket. In the sewing department, skilled workers join the cut leather pieces into full jacket bodies. Heavy-duty machines and strong thread are needed to handle the dense alligator leather.
Front, back, and side pieces are joined first, forming the basic shell of the jacket.
Sleeves are carefully assembled so the scale patterns flow naturally around the arm. Collars and lapels are added, giving the jacket its distinctive silhouette. High-quality zippers or button plackets are installed to handle years of wear. A soft inner lining is added so the jacket feels comfortable against the wearer's skin. Seams are pressed and shaped to make the jacket hang smoothly and fit as designed. Completed jackets are hung, awaiting final inspection and detailing. Labels confirm the material and origin, linking the finished garment back to the American alligator farms in Louisiana. Before shipping, every jacket goes through strict quality checks under controlled lighting. Inspectors scan for any flaws in the leather, stitching irregularities, or hardware defects. Approved jackets are placed into protective garment bags and packed into boxes for transport. From the factory, pallets of jackets leave for warehouses and boutiques around the world. The next time you see an American alligator leather jacket on a store rack, you'll know the journey it took, from Louisiana farms, through the airplane and tannery, to the factory floor, and finally to your shoulders.